I have to ask you, this is so random, and I think the internet was surprised by it.
Yeah.
This Chris Evans tweet
Yeah.
about how your name is just totally your name. You wound up trending on Twitter for 24 hours over it. Did you see it? What is your reaction to that tweet?
It's amazing the power of the internet. I thought it definitely came out of the blue, came out of nowhere.
Oh, Mr. Slater, this is just a delicious show, isn't it?
Oh boy, it was definitely fun to sink my teeth into. I had a great time.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. My first question for you is going to be, I would have said Christian Slater's probably going to play the bad guy in this show.
Right.
Was this something you wanted to avoid? Were you originally offered that role? You tell me.
I was immediately attracted to the role of Dr. Kirby. But you're right. I feel the same way. Dr. Death would be typically the character that you would see me playing, and this was an opportunity to try something else and do something else. So it was fun to get the chance to play somebody heroic and on the right side of the law this time. That was unusual, and I really appreciated it.
All due respect, Dr. Kirby, you don't understand the law.
You don't understand who we're after.
Did you need a bad guy break?
Let's see. Have I done? Well, I had just done the Dirty John Betty Broderick story where I played just a horrible, horrible husband who was, manipulating his wife all the way through. And, that was, some of those roles, they're difficult to play. They're hard to play. So I always try and do them with a little bit of a sense of humor while I'm making the shows. But this one, the humor and the charm, the charm of the real guy. I recently got to meet Dr. Kirby, and he's extraordinarily energetic and very passionate. And I think Dr. Kirby and Dr. Henderson are genuine heroes. They were really willing to put their careers on the line to do the right thing and stop a psychopath from operating on human beings.
I swear I will make sure this never happens to anyone else.
I was going to ask you how much research you did. I was a fan of this podcast. Did you listen to the podcast before you signed on?
Yeah. I listened to the podcast. I felt that it was definitely a great story to be told on television, and it would be a great miniseries, and it all just started to come together. But like I said, I was interested in Kirby from the get-go, and I really liked his energy, and I liked his passion and his enthusiasm, and also the opportunity to work with somebody like Alec Baldwin and kind of play off of him. And, the other great thing is Patrick McManus, the showrunner, was more willing to allow us to, just have fun with it and improvise a little bit more. Kirby needed to be somewhat unpredictable, which I tried to bring to the role.
Well, your signature charm is in there. The scene in the first episode when you're in the OR and you're talking about the car and everything, I'm like, you're just the best.
Oh, thank you so much.
The system is broken. I have a suggestion. It's a bit extreme.
So what was it like for you to get to work with Alec Baldwin? You guys are actually, I could see both of you in the more villainous role. So it feels like you're both doing a little something different here.
Yeah, well, he, was famous for some of his roles, of course. And Malice, I believe, was the movie where he played a doctor that was an egomaniac and also probably a psychopath in a large degree.
So been there, done that.
Yeah, so it was an opportunity for both of us to do something different and see how it would go. And, it's always funny when a creator, a writer is open-minded enough to give somebody that chance. And, people are at times pleasantly surprised. I'm glad that they are in this circumstance.
Now, these three parts are all really great. When you're in the scenes, are you ever just as an actor thinking, ooh, I would have loved to have been able to deliver that line, or ooh, here's how I would have done it?
No. These were so individual and I really think very well thought out that I never really felt that I wanted to deliver anybody else's lines. Working with Joshua Jackson was a hilarious experience. Of course, he and I were really only in one scene together. For most of the show, we're in pursuit of this guy. So, but seeing his total lack of ability, I think was pretty genuine. You know, it was, I think, probably on the same level as Dr. Dunch. So those moments behind the scenes were quite, as horrifying as they were quite humorous.
Did you have to do any research? And I know sometimes it's hard to remember all these medical terms, you know, when people work on these shows, they're like,
Yeah.
we don't even know what we're saying, but we got to say it.
Yeah, I mean, what's a needle nose rongeur? I had no idea. But I was very fortunate that I have a brother-in-law who's a vascular surgeon. So I was able to go in and, actually watch and see some of the surgeries, and I scrubbed in and they put me in the outfit. And so I really did get to have that experience. And we also had technical, doctors on the set that were very helpful.
Okay, Dr. Slater, you ready to operate?
I did more in there than I probably should have, but we'll keep that between us.
By the way, speaking of your name, I have to ask you, this is so random, and I think the internet was surprised by it.
Yeah.
This Chris Evans tweet
Yeah.
about how your name is just totally your name. You wound up trending on Twitter for 24 hours over it. Did you see it? What is your reaction to that tweet?
It's amazing the power of the internet. I thought it definitely came out of the blue, came out of nowhere. I don't know where Chris Evans was at that particular moment, but
You mean mentally?
yeah, I don't know what was going on, but someday hopefully he and I will get the opportunity to sit down and discuss this.
Do you guys know each other?
No, not at all. This was completely out of the blue. But very funny and very interesting. And it was, I did check it out a little bit, and it was funny to see some of the comments. And, I don't think I'd ever trended on Twitter before. So it was, I have a 19-year-old daughter, so I had to kind of go to her and ask her what was going on.
Well, she probably thought it was pretty cool Captain America was tweeting about Dad.
She was, when she saw that it was trending, she was like, oh, wait, this is quite incredible.
Do you agree that your name is the only name you could ever have?
I believe so. My father and mother were very specific about the name that they chose for me, and I hope that I have done it justice.
I think you have. Well, I got to wrap with you, but really quick, we just wanted to honor and recognize this year's the 35th anniversary of one of your first movies, The Name of the Rose, with the late, great Sean Connery.
Wow.
Do you have any favorite memories of working with him on that film? What a guy to learn from.
Yeah, I mean, nothing but to get the opportunity to work with somebody like that and to have a career foundation like that. I don't, I was 15, 16 at the time, and I don't know if I necessarily understood how amazing of an opportunity that was. I loved it. To get to be around him was remarkable. To see what a professional and what a man he was. I miss him greatly. He was definitely a hero of mine and remains that today.
Well, here you are 35 years later, killing it on your new show. Thank you so much. The show is awesome. Congrats on everything.
Well, thanks so much.